to another episode of Breakfast with Judy. Today we will be featuring an item carried by a local distributor right here in Manawa, a business called Hey Popcorn Guy. And Hey Popcorn Guy features a crispy cinnamon honey pretzel cookie. And that is what we will be featuring today in a streusel on top of our apple cinnamon mini loaves. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So today we have an apple cinnamon quick bread mix, 1 whole egg, a 1/4 cup of water. We're also going to add approximately a 1/2 an apple chopped, and this is a Granny Smith apple. And then of course we have our streusel made up of the crispy cinnamon honey pretzel cookies, some of the streusel topping that came with the mix, and also some butter and some sliced almonds. And what I did with the streusel is I took the cookie and the almonds and I pulsed them in a food processor to cut them up into really fine crumbs. And then I added the butter and the other streusel topping that came in the mix. So let's go ahead and get this mixed up. I'm going to add the 1/2 of a Granny Smith apple chopped. I don't peel the apple. I like that extra fiber and that extra chew that you get with the peel. So I don't peel my apple. That certainly is a personal preference. I'm just going to add that right into the dry mix. And we're just going to stir that around and get that coated in the dry mix. Now let's go ahead and add the whole egg. Mix that around slightly. And a 1/4 cup of water. We're going to beat this about 50 strokes, which is according to the directions. And that's typically what you'll get to with, say, a brownie mix. They want you to mix it about 50 strokes. We're not going to be super precise, but they don't want you over mixing for sure. Let's just go ahead and get all that incorporated into that. Okay. So now as you see, we have that all mixed up. Now what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and we are going to add in our mix, and we're going to add that to our mini loaf pan that we have sprayed with some nonstick cooking spray. And what I'll do is I just have 2 spatulas here, and I'm just going to take and just fill up the bottom of that mini loaf, as you can see there. And you know me, I like to use those scrapers because I don't want to leave 1 ounce of goodness behind in that bowl. Just keep right on filling. Now this was originally for muffins. However, I wanted to show you with the mini loaf application, and so I'm just using my mini loaf pan. You certainly don't have to. You could go ahead and use your muffin pan. I'm just using the mini loaf pan for presentation. So now that we've got all of that down into the loaf pan, we're going to take our streusel, and we are just going to put that right on as a streusel. And, you know, don't be shy, I say. You got that streusel, don't be afraid to use it. You don't want as much, don't use as much. There's not a lot of rules when it comes to streusel application in my mind, so just go ahead and use it. The worst that's going to happen is it's going to fall off onto the plate once you serve them up, and oh gee, how bad could that be? Now you'll notice that we have one here that is not full, and we are just going to put a little bit of water in there, probably about an inch. And the reason that we do that is to just keep that heat even through the pan. And we are going to place this pan in a preheated 350-degree oven. And after approximately 25 minutes in a 350-degree oven, here we have the finished mini loaves. We're going to allow them to cool for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then we're going to pull them out of the pan and we're going to allow them to continue to cool, if we can really wait that long. As you can see, I have taken one of these and I just go right around the edge. And all things being equal, this one should pop out as nicely as this one. However, sometimes that doesn't always happen for me, so let's see how this goes. And so there you go. I just turn it on its side and allow it to continue to cool. And I'm just going to go ahead and take the rest of these out, and then I'll come back with them all plated up and you can see the finished product. As you can see here, we have our beautifully plated apple cinnamon mini loaves with crispy cinnamon honey pretzel cookie streusel topping on our beautiful cake plate. And who wouldn't want to dive into this for breakfast? And there you have it, our apple cinnamon mini loaves with the cinnamon honey pretzel cookie streusel topping. Compliments of the Hey Popcorn Guy and his cinnamon honey pretzel cookies. Thank you so much for joining us. And remember, come and stay with us here at the Lindsay House Bed and Breakfast, where the joy of living is served daily. And we'll see you next time.